Hi, this is Laura Staley, and I am back with another video about formatting in Excel. Now, I've done several videos about formatting in Excel. I've talked about how to format numbers, how to format text, how to format cells, how to use that format painter. But in this video, I'm going to talk about more automated ways of formatting, letting Excel do more of the heavy lifting so that you don't have to work as hard. And to me, if I don't have to work as hard, hey, it's all good. So let's talk about some ways. Now, I have this spreadsheet and it is a little longer than you can see, but I wanted you to be able to see the text, at least to get an idea of what I'm doing. And I have another spreadsheet down below that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. Actually, it's not another spreadsheet, it's another group of data. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to cover is on the page layout tab of the ribbon. So home, insert, draw, page layout. There is a themes option. And what this does is Excel has paid some graphic designers some money to come up with what they call themes. And what a theme is a group of formatting that's all lumped together. So colors and font sizes and special effects and all those kinds of things are all grouped together under a theme. So if you don't like the default theme, you can come in here and choose any number of themes. And you can see my spreadsheet changing as I'm hovering over these. I'm not clicking, just to give me a idea of what it's going to look like. And I haven't applied a lot of colors, so you might want to do this after you've applied some colors so you can get an idea of how those change as well. Now, I'm not going to choose one, but I just want you to be aware that these are there. And now I have used this functionality a whole lot less in Excel than I have in PowerPoint and even Word. Because with Excel, I apply just as much formatting as I need using the colors of the default theme, and hey, I'm good. But I also tend to not be a very good design person. And so if you're more fixated or aware even of colors and how everything looks, you might be more interested in this. Now, also notice directly to the right of it that there are colors. So I could choose a theme and then choose different colors. I could choose different fonts. So you can get as specific as you want with the formatting of the theme. So when I have used the theme, I've just chosen it and run with whatever is involved in it. But there's the theme to the left, and then there are the colors, the fonts, and the effects that you can change within that theme. So just know that those are there for those of you who are more design oriented than I am. You might want to play with it some. Now, back on the Home tab, there are some other options, and these are ones that I have used quite a bit. Now, there is cell styles. I'm going to click on this to show you, and then I'll show you some ways that you might apply it. So, for example, one of the ones that I have used is the heading style. So if I highlight my headings and then come to cell styles, and it will apply these styles to whatever cells you have highlighted. So do that first. And I choose the heading 1 tab, then that's what it looks like. And I didn't have to choose the bottom border and make it blue and change the font size and make the font bold and all those kinds of things. Bam, it's just done. So it comes in handy. Then sometimes I may want to highlight a cell. So I'm going to highlight these two cells down sort of toward the bottom on the right that says no. And I am going to click on to make them red, or I could make them another color. I could come down here and make them sort of a graded color, any number of things if you want them to stand out. And so that's one of the things that you can use is you can come into these cell styles and you can very quickly sort of highlight your cells and apply some formatting, and bam, you're done. So keep that in mind. That is a shortcut. Now I am going to undo because I am going to do, oh, come on. Undo doesn't want to work. So I'm going to go to cell styles and I'm going to make it normal. And I'm going to highlight these and make them normal as well. Okay, so normal is just your plain old text, the way you had it. Okay, so that is another option that you have. And you may want to come in here to cell styles and play around with them. And often people will use the same set of cell styles over and over because it's what works for them. Now, something else that you can do is to format your data as a table. And let me show you what this does, and then I'm going to talk about it. So if I highlight all of my data and I format it as a table. So let's say I decide I want this one. Because I highlighted it first, it pops up and says, oh, is this the cell range you want to use? And I click OK, and it applies it. If I forget to highlight first and I go to format as a table and click on a style, it's going to pop this box up and then I can highlight it. It works either way. So it doesn't matter what you do. So, and I notice the line that says my table has headers. So if all you have are numbers, don't check that. But if you have headings at the top or even in the first row, then you want to make sure that that is checked. The default is that it's checked. So generally you just glance at it and then you click OK. Okay, does that make sense? I hope so. So I'm going to click OK, and then this is how it formats it. Now, the formatting, it will often alternate lines of darker text and lighter text, and so they make it more readable with the lines going across. Now, one of the things that I haven't gotten to yet are filtering, and we are going to use it for that, sorting and filtering and some different data analysis functions, but I'll get to that in a future video. For now, we're just going to look at the formatting. And so that is one of the things that you can do to very quickly get your data in order. Now, one of the reasons why I made the videos first on how to do specific formatting commands is that it doesn't necessarily do everything. Notice this row, my text is cut off because it's too long for the column that it's in. So I still want to go up to home and say wrap text, and then that will wrap my text so that I can see everything that is in that column. And in this case, I'll make it a little wider. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so I hope so. And sometimes, no matter what it looks like, I still go back and I apply borders just because I want that extra readability, especially if I'm going to print it out. Borders I don't think are as necessary if you're not going to print out a file, but if you are, sometimes it even helps to make it more readable. Okay, now, like I said, I have another set of data down here that I want to look just like the text above. And so I could go ahead and do all the formatting again, do the format as a table, but sometimes you have applied a lot of formatting to a certain set of data and you want another set of data to look just like it. And for that, you use the format painter. Now, I did cover this in a separate video, but I'm going to cover it again because this is a prime example of how to use it. So if I highlight, make sure I'm in the upper left-hand corner. If I highlight my data and only my formatted data, and then I click on the Format Painter, which is this button over on the left side of the ribbon that looks like a paintbrush. It is going to copy and paste formatting. No content, just formatting. So I'm going to click on that and then come down here and I am going to come down here and I'm going to highlight my cells. And I got a couple of extra lines, but I can undo those. So actually I got a lot of extra lines because I was pulling too hard. But you get the idea. I ran out of space on the edge of my desk. And so I went back down further because I couldn't seem to get it to go. So, but does that at least give you an idea of how you can use Format Painter? It's a quick way to pick up some formatting. So I wonder how far this goes down. Way far. Okay. So I hope that gives you an idea of some of the ways that you can easily format your data in Excel without working quite so hard at it. And so use the ones that work for you and the rest just ignore because if they don't work for you, they're not relevant. I hope you join me for my next video and have a good day.